Hey, what's happening guys? It's your pal Grizno, and I'm back with some more Hardline video-age. Yes, today I'm gonna do something a little more traditional. So far I've only done like a first impressions video and a silly live commentary with the Ted Nugent fan as far as Battlefield Hardline content goes. So I thought I'd bring you something a little more classic Griz, a little more informative today. And I'm gonna talk about two of my favorite operator weapons from the beta. This guy right here, the AKM, and of course everybody's favorite, the M16A3. And for the purposes of this video, I was able to get some stats for you from simfic.com, but it does say on the website, and I tend to agree with them, that everything is subject to change. Obviously this is the beta, so if you're watching later on after the full release, then none of this might be relevant. Just a forewarning. But I don't have that much time, I don't have that much gameplay because I'm hoarding some of my best for a little special video later before release. So let's get right into this. Let's talk about the M16A3. The M16A3 does a max damage of 24 and a minimum of 18. Sounds pretty familiar, right? Rate of fire is 800 rounds per minute, and if memory serves me correctly, that differs from the Battlefield 3 version of 770 rounds per minute, I think. So little buff to the rate of fire, which is, you know, always good. Muzzle velocity 650 meters per second, and the max distance on this fella is 975 meters. Magazine size is 30 rounds plus 1 in the chamber for 31 total, and your reload times are 2.72 seconds when empty and 2.38 seconds with a round still in the chamber. Recoil is moderately low and easy to control, so we'll say somewhere in the low to medium area. The M16A3 didn't really surprise me at all, but in this case that's probably a good thing. I fully expected it to rock, and it most certainly does. This weapon feels amazing in Battlefield Hardline, as do most of the weapons if I'm being honest. I really enjoy the weapon mechanics, I guess, of Battlefield Hardline so far. The M16, however, we're talking about right now, performs best in close and medium ranges, but it's no slouch at longer ranges either. You can make it work, but it'll take some trigger control and maybe a few more bullets than the AKM, but I'll talk about that just in a few moments. Some people are pegging the M16 as the best weapon in the game, or at least from the beta, and I don't tend to disagree with them, as this thing is an absolute beast in pretty much any situation. It's got great stats all across the board, including a higher rate of fire than we've seen before at 800 rounds, like I said before. Add in those fast reload times, and baby, you got a CQB stew going. One particular thing I like about the reload times as well is that they are so close together that you can be a little less conscious about making sure you reload before you completely mag dump, because the difference between the long and the short reload is next to nothing. Once I got a few things unlocked, I really enjoyed using the suppressor and the holographic optic, and surprisingly enough, wasn't that big a fan of the reflex red dot. I don't know. I think it's the yellow triangle reticle. I didn't like it that much, and it sort of threw me a little bit off. Overall, the M16A3 served me well during the beta and was exceptionally good in heist due to its frantic, rush-like, close to medium range nature, but it's always going to be a good choice no matter what game mode you're playing because it's ridiculously good. However, now we're going to pit it against its longtime rival on the virtual battlefield, and most likely on the real one as well, the AKM. So let's fire the stats up right away. The AKM does a max damage of 36 and a minimum of 25. Rate of fire is 600 rounds per minute. Muzzle velocity is 580 meters per second. And the max distance, I don't know if this is a mistake or a typo or if it's still yet to be ironed out, but 2,900 meters! That's like having a sniper rifle with you, an automatic sniper rifle. Magazine size is also 30 plus 1 in the chamber for 31 total, and reload times are 3.37 seconds when empty and 2.65 seconds with a round still in the chamber. Finally, the recoil is definitely high. It kicks hard up and to the right. The AKM is a lot more difficult to control than the M16A3, and it fires a lot slower at only 600 rounds per minute. It has much longer reload times, which means this weapon will not necessarily serve you well in close quarters. Or will it? Take a look at that lovely, lovely damage model, max 36, min 25. The AKM hits so much harder than the M16A3. This kind of makes up for everything it lacks. Recoil is also a bit of a blemish, but it's actually not that hard to control with a little practice, patience, and trigger discipline. Obviously, it far surpasses anything the M16A3 can do at longer ranges, but it hits so hard that CQ is not completely off the table, although I think the M16A3 does have the edge there. Admittedly, I was never much of a fan of the AK rifles in the Battlefield series to date, but all that changed once I got my hands on the AKM here. This weapon felt like a dream in the beta. You could pick people off from far, or you could just brutally overpower them in close. And once I got the suppressor on here too, things just got so much more nasty. Yes, the AKM is a criminal's best friend, and it brought me a lot of success in Dust Bowl. The downfall of the AKM is the long reload times and the recoil. But the high damage output more than makes up for the slower rate of fire. There's just nothing you can do about those reload times, unfortunately. Best thing you can do is try to remind yourself to reload before you completely empty your magazine, then you can at least grab that 2.65 second reload and hopefully give yourself a chance to stay alive. Overall, I loved the AKM from the beta so much, and I really hope they don't decide to change any of its stats for launch, because I plan on using this thing a lot from the get-go to try and level up faster and get some quick cash early. Which brings me to the verdict. Which one do I declare the winner of this little face-off? Guys, I hope I'm not disappointing you too much, but I gotta go with the AKM. I did love the M16A3, and I think it's an amazing weapon, but man, the AKM just takes the cake for me, at least from the beta. So the winner of the first Hardline head-to-head, hey, I kind of like that. Maybe I'll call the series that. The AKM. But what do you guys think? I want to know which weapon you liked better from the Hardline beta, the M16A3 or the AKM. Or did you like a different weapon the best? Did you like the UMP the best or the Spaz 12? Let me know down in the comments. And also let me know what weapon you guys are most looking forward to using in the full release. I can't wait to try out the Galil. I tried my best to unlock it in the beta, but I also wanted to try some different equipment out too, so I unlocked some of that, and yeah, I ran out of time. Oh well. But yeah, I really want to try the Galil, or the Ace 23 or whatever. I loved the Galil in Black Ops 1. It was a beast, so I'm really hoping it's also going to be a beast in Hardline. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and you'd like to leave it some love, then please hit that like button below. It really helps me out, and I always appreciate the help, yeah? Think of it as a free way for you to help me out, so yeah. And as always, if you're new around here, I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel, buddy. I got some big plans for Hardline, so if you're as excited for that game as I am, then you should join us. I know this video was a little short, but I'm hoarding my awesome gameplay for that special video, so you guys will see. I'll see you all very soon as well. My name is Griz, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Later.